Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, we focus on practical, science-backed health information specifically for adults over 60 and the families who love them. So if that sounds like something you need in your life, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. It is free, and it helps us keep making videos like this one. Now, let us talk about something that sounds almost too simple to be true. Water, plain water. The thing every doctor, every magazine, every health guru has told you to drink more of your entire life. Here is the truth that very few people talk about. After the age of 60, your body changes in some very specific ways that affect how it processes water. Your kidneys do not concentrate urine as efficiently as they used to. Your thirst signals weaken, which means you can be dehydrated and not even feel thirsty. The sodium and potassium balance in your blood becomes more delicate. And the lining of your blood vessels, the part responsible for smooth circulation, becomes more sensitive to the mineral content of what you drink. So when you gulp down glass after glass of plain water, you may actually be diluting the very electrolytes your body desperately needs to push blood through your veins, fire your muscles, and keep your brain sharp. This does not mean water is bad. Absolutely not. Water is essential. But plain water, by itself, after 60, may not be enough. And in some cases, drinking too much plain water without the right minerals can actually make fatigue and poor circulation worse. So what is this one simple ingredient? Let me explain. Now, before you panic, before you say, "But my doctor told me to watch my sodium," hear me out completely. Because what I am about to share is more nuanced than a simple eat more salt message. And by the end of this section, you will understand exactly why this works, when it is safe, and when you should be cautious. The ingredient is a small pinch, and I mean a tiny pinch, of natural, unrefined mineral salt. We are talking about something like Himalayan pink salt, Celtic sea salt, or Redmond real salt, not regular white table salt. There is a very important difference, and I will explain it in a moment. Here is why this matters. Plain water is what scientists call hypotonic. That simply means it has a lower concentration of dissolved minerals than your blood does. When you drink plain water, your body has to work to balance things out. Your kidneys kick in to flush out the excess. And in the process, you can actually lose some of the very electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium, that your cells need to function. Now, when you add just a tiny pinch of natural mineral salt to your water, you create something closer to what is called an isotonic solution. That means the mineral concentration is closer to what your blood already contains. And when that happens, your cells absorb the water more efficiently. Your blood volume stabilizes, and your circulation, the movement of blood through your arteries and veins, improves because your blood has the right consistency to flow smoothly. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to push thick honey through a narrow straw. That is what your blood feels like when you are dehydrated or your electrolytes are off. Now imagine water flowing through that same straw. Smooth, easy, effortless. That is what properly mineralized blood does in your vessels. And the energy boost? That comes from the fact that every single cell in your body uses sodium and potassium to generate electrical signals. Your heartbeat is an electrical signal. Your brain function is electrical. Your muscles contract because of electrical impulses. When those minerals are in balance, your body simply works better. You feel it as energy, as clarity, as that feeling of being alive rather than just existing. Now, this next part is critical, so please listen carefully. I am not telling you to shake your regular table salt into your water. Please hear that clearly. Regular white table salt is heavily processed. It is stripped of the natural trace minerals that come with salt in its natural form. It often contains anti-caking agents, sometimes even added sugar in the form of dextrose, and it delivers a very concentrated hit of pure sodium chloride without the balancing minerals. Natural, unrefined mineral salts, on the other hand, contain over 80 trace minerals: magnesium, potassium, calcium, zinc, iron. These are minerals that your body needs, and that many seniors are quietly deficient in. When you use a natural mineral salt, you are not just adding sodium. You are adding a broad spectrum of minerals in a form that your body recognizes and can use. So the type of salt matters enormously. Look for salt that has color to it: pink, gray, slightly off-white. That color comes from the mineral content. If your salt is pure white and pours perfectly, it has been processed, and it is not what we are talking about here. Now let us get practical, because I know you are wondering, okay, but how much and when? Here is a simple, safe starting approach that many integrative health practitioners recommend for generally healthy adults over 60. Take your morning glass of water, about 8 to 12 ounces, room temperature or slightly warm is best. Add just a tiny pinch of natural mineral salt. We are talking about 1/16 of a teaspoon. If you can barely taste it, you have the right amount. The water should taste clean and smooth, maybe just slightly more satisfying than usual. It should not taste salty. If it tastes salty, you have added too much. Drink this first thing in the morning, before your coffee, before your breakfast. Your body has been fasting all night. It is mildly dehydrated. Your blood is at its thickest in the morning, which is actually one reason why heart attacks and strokes are more common in the early hours. This mineralized water helps rehydrate you efficiently, thins the blood gently and naturally, and gets your circulation moving before you even start your day. You can repeat this with 1 or 2 more glasses throughout the day, but you do not need to add salt to every single glass of water you drink. 2 to 3 mineralized glasses per day is a reasonable amount for most people. And here is a bonus tip. If you like warm water, try adding the pinch of salt along with a small squeeze of fresh lemon juice. The lemon adds potassium and vitamin C, and the combination creates a gentle, natural electrolyte drink that rivals anything you could buy in a store without the sugar, artificial colors, or unnecessary additives. Now let me explain why this specifically helps with circulation, because this is something that millions of seniors struggle with and rarely get real answers about. Poor circulation after 60 is incredibly common. You might notice it as cold hands and feet, numbness or tingling in your toes, legs that feel heavy or swollen by the end of the day, slow healing wounds, even that foggy feeling in your head that makes you forget why you walked into a room. These symptoms happen because blood is not flowing efficiently to your extremities and your brain. And while there are many reasons for poor circulation, including arterial stiffness, inactivity, and certain medical conditions, one of the most overlooked reasons is simply that the blood itself does not have the right mineral balance to flow well. Your blood is essentially salt water with cells floating in it. When the salt water part, the plasma, is properly mineralized, it flows smoothly. When it is too diluted or when key minerals are depleted, the blood becomes less effective at carrying oxygen and nutrients to where they need to go. By adding that simple pinch of mineral salt, you support your blood plasma's natural composition. You help maintain healthy blood volume, which means your heart does not have to work as hard to push blood through your system. And you support the endothelium, that delicate inner lining of your blood vessels, which relies on the right mineral balance to produce nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and opens your blood vessels. More nitric oxide means wider blood vessels. Wider blood vessels mean better blood flow. Better blood flow means warmer hands, less swelling, sharper thinking, and more energy. It is beautifully simple. Now I want to pause here for a moment. If you are over 60, or if you are caring for an elderly parent or loved one, this information could genuinely be life-changing. Not in a dramatic overnight way, but in the quiet, steady way that real health improvements happen. A little more energy each morning, a little less swelling in the ankles each evening, a little more clarity in your thinking each day. If this is resonating with you, do me a small favor. Hit that like button right now. It tells the algorithm that this kind of content matters, and it helps us reach more seniors who need to hear it. And if you have not subscribed yet, please do. We release new videos every week focused specifically on health after 60. Now, let us keep going, because there is more you need to know. Let us talk about energy, because I know that fatigue is one of the #1 complaints from people over 60. I just do not have the energy I used to have. I wake up tired. By noon, I am done. And most people assume this is just a natural part of aging. But here is what is actually happening in many cases. Your cells produce energy through a process that depends on electrolytes, specifically sodium and potassium, working together in what is called the sodium-potassium pump. This is a real biological mechanism in every single cell of your body. Sodium stays mostly outside your cells, potassium stays mostly inside, and the movement of these minerals back and forth across the cell membrane is literally what generates the electrical energy your body runs on. When you are low on these minerals, even mildly low, this pump slows down. Your cells produce less energy, your muscles fatigue faster, your brain feels foggy, your heart has to work harder. And here's the thing many people do not realize. You can be mildly depleted in these minerals without it showing up on a standard blood test. Blood tests measure what is in your blood at that exact moment. They do not always reflect what is inside your cells, where these minerals do their work. So you can have a normal blood panel and still be functionally low in the very minerals that drive your energy. That morning glass of water with a pinch of mineral salt is like giving your cells a gentle electrical charge. It is not a stimulant like caffeine. It does not borrow energy from tomorrow. It simply gives your body the raw materials it needs to produce its own energy naturally. Many people who try this report that they notice a difference within 3 to 5 days. Not a jittery, artificial energy, but a calm, steady feeling of being more awake, more present, more capable of getting through the day without that dreaded afternoon crash. Now, I would be irresponsible if I did not address the elephant in the room. Sodium and blood pressure. Yes, excessive sodium intake can raise blood pressure in some people. This is real, and it is important. But the conversation is more nuanced than most people realize. First, the amount we are talking about here is very small. A pinch, roughly 1/16 to 1/8 of a teaspoon per glass, is a tiny fraction of what most people consume in a single meal from processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, or restaurant cooking. Second, the relationship between sodium and blood pressure is not the same for everyone. Research has shown that roughly 25 to 30% of people are what is called salt sensitive, meaning their blood pressure responds significantly to sodium intake. For the other 70%, moderate sodium has a minimal effect. Third, and this is key, the minerals that accompany natural, unrefined salt, particularly magnesium and potassium, actually help balance the effects of sodium on blood pressure. This is why natural salt and processed salt behave very differently in the body. That said, here are my clear recommendations for safety. If you are on blood pressure medication, talk to your doctor before making any changes to your sodium intake. Show them this video if you like. A good doctor will appreciate that you are being proactive about your health. If you have been diagnosed with congestive heart failure or severe kidney disease, extra sodium of any kind may not be appropriate for you. Please consult your healthcare provider. If you are generally healthy and your blood pressure is well controlled, a small pinch of natural mineral salt in your water is unlikely to cause any problems and may very well make you feel noticeably better. Start small, pay attention to how you feel, and always, always listen to your body. Now, since we are talking about upgrading your water, let me share a few other simple additions that pair beautifully with mineral salt for seniors who want to go the extra mile. Number 1, a squeeze of fresh lemon or lime. As I mentioned earlier, citrus adds potassium and vitamin C. It also supports digestion and helps your body absorb the minerals more effectively. Number 2, a small splash of raw apple cider vinegar, about 1 teaspoon per glass. This supports healthy stomach acid levels, which tend to decline after 60 and can improve your absorption of minerals from both food and water. Number 3, a thin slice of fresh ginger. Ginger is a natural circulation booster. It has been used for thousands of years to warm the body and improve blood flow. Combined with mineral salt, it creates a gentle but powerful circulation-supporting drink. Number 4, a pinch of turmeric. Turmeric contains curcumin, which supports healthy inflammation levels in the blood vessels. A tiny pinch in warm, salted water with a squeeze of lemon is like a health tonic that costs almost nothing. You do not need to add all of these at once. Pick one that appeals to you and try it for a week. See how you feel, then experiment. The point is that your water can be so much more than just water. I want to share some of the responses we have received from viewers who have already tried this approach because I think their experiences may resonate with you. One woman, age 67, wrote to us and said, "I have been adding a pinch of pink salt to my morning water for 3 weeks now. The first thing I noticed was that I was not waking up at night to use the bathroom as often. My body seemed to actually hold on to the water instead of flushing it right through. Then I noticed my hands were warmer. I have had cold hands for years. This is the first winter I have not needed gloves inside my own house." A gentleman, age 72, shared, "I was skeptical. I thought it was too simple, but I tried it because I had nothing to lose." After about 5 days, my wife noticed before I did. She said I seemed more alert, more like my old self. I have more energy for my morning walk now, and the heaviness in my legs has improved significantly. These are not miracle stories. These are stories of people whose bodies were simply missing a basic building block and started feeling better once they provided it. So let us bring this all together. After the age of 60, your body handles water differently. Your thirst signals decline. Your kidneys work differently. Your electrolyte balance becomes more delicate. And drinking plain water alone, while important, may not be giving your cells what they actually need to hydrate properly, circulate blood efficiently, and produce the energy you deserve to have. By adding a simple pinch of natural, unrefined mineral salt to 2 or 3 glasses of water each day, you support your body's electrolyte balance. You help your blood flow more smoothly. You give your cells the raw materials they need to generate energy. And you may notice improvements in warmth, mental clarity, reduced swelling, and overall vitality that you thought were simply gone forever. This is not about spending money on expensive supplements. This is not about complicated routines. This is about one small pinch of an ingredient that costs pennies, added to something you are already doing every day. And I want to leave you with this thought. Getting older does not mean you have to accept feeling terrible. So much of what we call aging is actually just depletion, mineral depletion, nutrient depletion, depletion of the basic building blocks that your body has always needed but is no longer getting enough of. You have the power to change that, starting tomorrow morning, starting with 1 glass of water and 1 tiny pinch of salt. You are not too old to feel better. You are not too far gone to improve. Your body is remarkably resilient, even after 60, even after 70, even after 80. It just needs the right support, and you deserve to give it that support. If this video helped you, if it gave you even one piece of information you did not know before, I am asking you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. We release new videos every week specifically designed for adults over 60, and I do not want you to miss a single one. Second, share this video with someone you love. Send it to your spouse. Send it to your adult children. Share it in your church group or your walking club. You never know who might be struggling with fatigue or poor circulation and has no idea that something this simple could help. And third, leave me a comment below. Tell me, are you going to try this? Have you already tried adding salt to your water? What did you notice? I read every single comment, and your stories inspire the topics I cover in future videos. Thank you for watching. Thank you for trusting me with your time, and thank you for taking your health seriously. I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself. You are worth it.